changed. But
Oh, we all
I can't do a
changed.
primo anymore.
Times changed.
Yeah. I don't know if I can find you something to put that on. We've got it.
Yeah, have more Ori. There we go.
Beauty, beauty. Oh, we're cross promoting. I love it.
Yeah. Plus, I hooked it onto your Facebook page.
Oh,
so,
cool, man.
So hopefully, it's live streaming onto your Facebook page as well.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, man. I didn't even know you could do that. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
Just plug it in,
Sweet.
tag it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, how did the gig go last night?
Oh, amazing!
Yeah.
Amazing the lineup. I mean, we're loving you guys here doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but totally. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. It's picking you up anyway.
Oh, okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm a theatre boy, so
You project.
projection.
Beauty. No, you're coming through good.
project all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Your personality, your bank balance,
Yeah.
your voice.
Yeah. So it was a good show. Because Ben came up on the chat, which was really cool.
Oh, fantastic!
It was really cool that he popped up and he
That's
pimped
cool.
the show out, and we pimped it out a little bit as well.
We stopped Richie before the show for a bit.
Oh, cool. Oh, yes,
Yeah.
I saw that. Actually, I had a chat with him there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of it. So I brought one of my props.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
The blondie.
The blondie.
The blondie, yeah. Did that
Yep.
go down well? That
Yeah,
joke?
it did actually.
It's a good joke.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
really good, actually.
You got the handheld.
Oh yeah, pretty much. No, that's all good. Oh no, I'm all right without the headphones. That's cool. I don't need to do continuity. That's your guys' job.
Yeah. We got you.
We're just offering all our services.
Oh no, that's all right.
You can pick and choose what you
Have you had anyone? Well, I suppose most people who have come on here have they're used to their voices.
Yes. Just
Yeah.
about everyone. A few people who have we had here who wasn't
Who wasn't what, bro?
used to their,
Used to their voices.
Oh no, Gash totally knows his voice on the mic.
Oh my god, is that what I sound like?
Yeah.
Please.
I think I sound like a retarded child, to be perfectly honest. But everybody else says you sound fine. You know. And
Yeah.
You all do. It's just not used to. Sometimes you're not used to hearing your own voice. We all sound fine.
Oh yeah.
It's a self-conscious thing, isn't
It's
it?
a self-conscious thing.
Yeah. It took like when I first became a comedian, I started like either videoing or recording,
Yeah.
audio recording my gigs, and that was the first thing I had to get over was my own voice. And to just break
It's a
through
big
it.
one.
It's hard. It's
Yeah.
real hard. And when people start out, and I tell them the best way you can learn to be a comedian is to watch yourself.
Yep.
Listen to yourself, and
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
ooh, self-conscious. Like, just gotta get over it.
I was in radio for 18 years, right?
Yeah.
And that's one of the biggies
Yeah.
is getting around because you have to wear headphones on the radio.
Yes. Yeah.
You have to. Continuity.
Yeah.
So
What radio station, brother?
local access, local.
Yeah.
Yeah, had my own show, did my own everything. Yep. Before that was kia ora.
89.8.
Oh, I love it. Hey, plug kia ora. Absolutely, mate. They were fantastic.
Yeah.
In fact, we work together a lot,
Yeah.
which is the great thing about
Yeah.
community radio is that it is really all about, true. Yep.
Oh,
Thanks
she's
a
too
lot.
Mickey, my wife.
Oh, awesome.
She is. Do you want to use that, bro? It's still a handheld one.
It's still a handheld. No, I can't do handheld. But thank you very much.
Thank you,
That's
son.
awesome. Yeah.
89.8.
Sorry, just before we go on with everything, radios. Do you know I got very excited the other day because I saw 2XS's come back.
Oh, has it?
Yeah,
Top 9 at
it's
9.
they've got a radio station but they're also streaming. It's a big streaming thing now. Oh, that's a good idea. I like that. You're onto it, Carl, man.
Oh, I know.
You just
18 years, mate.
so
Well,
prepared.
Well, sorry I wasn't on it, 10 on the dot, but
You're good.
that's all right.
Doesn't matter.
I've given the rest of the afternoon till 12 o'clock.
Oh, beautiful.
And if you need to, of course, if you've got people coming in. Like, I just...
We got a while because we've got Amelia at 11.
Oh,
but you're welcome to
fantastic.
stay and have a
Yeah.
I'll
I'll have a
I'm
quarter
waiting for my
when...
mum and my daughter to come through. That's
Oh,
gonna make
beautiful,
my
mate. You had a lovely cordial with your dad.
yeah, it was cool. We
It was
always
beautiful.
I didn't cry. I was just allergies.
I
Yeah.
cried.
I did too.
we have me and my dad have connected a lot more over the last year.
Okay,
that
cool.
right?
Yeah, over the last year I think we've connected a
It
lot
was good
more.
to put a face to a name, like that was cool.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful thing. And like I said, if I could have one more phone call with my dad, it'll go something a little bit like that. It was beautiful to watch, man. It was.
Oh,
lovely.
thanks, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, no, that was gorgeous.
I like the one fact he had about cows was like, I heard you eat a lot. I was like, mate. Well, yeah, but
How long has it been since you were the smallest on the panel?
every time, bro, straight up, like so the
No,
bro Richie,
Gish was. Oh no, he's tall though.
he's tall, like the bro Richie next to me, and I was
yeah,
like this,
Richie,
like I was like this, like.
Richie's little brother.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, but he's the second largest human being in Wanganui. The first being the bro Tristan.
Yeah.
Who,
Really hit on.
yeah, my best mate. Yeah, so
Yeah.
no, I'm used to like my brother's 6'5".
Yeah.
You know, all my uncles are just yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing different. You know, I've got a big heart. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, kia ora, kia ora.
Tato.
Kia ora.
I.
So Carl, man, like this.
Thank you for coming in though. brother.
Coming, yeah. This chat's been a long time
A
coming.
long time coming, and
Oh,
man,
yeah,
I brought my
It's
tissues and
still a long time happening,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
to
like,
be honest.
I hadn't seen you for a while, and then
lot
you
going on.
you came to a gig, and I was so happy to see you.
Yeah.
And the first thing we said to each other was like, "Oh, let's get together for a chat."
Yeah.
And you wanted to come on the podcast.
I first met you at the workshop, and I just went up to introduce myself, and I said, "I'm proud of you for even just being here."
Yeah.
You know,
It's
it
cool.
was, and that was about what 4 or 5 months ago. And you're
Longer, maybe.
Yeah, and you're still here. Like you haven't dropped off. You're still enthusiastic about it.
doing the shows. Yeah.
Yeah, so proud of you just to get this far. Really much
Well, you guys have said, and it's true for me as well, how this is actually a really positive outlet.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know, like I already had mental health before Braden. You know,
We haven't seen anything at all.
Yeah.
We haven't seen anything. Well, because even Dylan's like, should I say a little bit beforehand? I was like, I think Carl will do it.
It's Carl's story.
He'll bring it out the way he wants to
Leave it
bring it
Carl.
out. So
yeah, and of course, I mean, ultimately, it's my son's story.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, and I suppose that's the story that we're all telling,
Yeah.
and you know today's his 1 year funeral
Yes,
anniversary.
yeah.
Yeah.
And when you told me that, like when you messaged me that, I messaged you back immediately. Oh, I hand on heart, Carl. That brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
To be like, wow, this is real strong of you.
yeah.
To come on today of all days. This is a strong day.
We're both dads. We
Yep.
respect that. How hard that.
Well, that's the thing. It's you know you talk. I've talked to some amazing people over the years, as you get to do.
Yeah.
In these sorts of lines of work, I suppose, if
Yeah.
you want to call it that.
Right.
Radio or comedy, or you know, you just meet people and you talk with them,
Yeah.
and you know some. You know, I've met dads who have lost their kids,
Yeah.
and Michael White, he was amazing to listen to and work with. And he does. He's a White Ribbon ambassador,
Yeah.
and and he lost his daughter to family violence. And here's the thing I like about Michael's story is that
Yep.
he's middle white New Zealand, you know. He's his son-in-law, who killed his daughter, you know, owned a horse racing ranch.
Yeah.
You know, so that whole, you know, it's not a.
It doesn't prejudice
doesn't
against
prejudice.
socioeconomic, right?
Exactly. Mental health isn't
Doesn't
prejudice.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It can happen anywhere.
And so that's I suppose that's one of those things that
Yeah.
that we
Actually, I'm
talk
glad you
about.
brought that. Shout out to the White Ribbon Foundation, by the way. That's you know.
Yeah, 25th of November. So the
I'm
White
glad you brought that
Ribbon
up.
riders will be coming through.
And for those who don't know what the White Ribbon Foundation
Oh,
is,
well, so against domestic violence.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And of course, you know, it's okay to not be
Not be
okay,
okay.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which they changed their thing because it's not okay.
it's not okay to be.
Yeah,
not
but
be okay.
they changed because a lot of talk was around okay, what next, and
Yeah.
and so the next step from it's not okay is it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is that whole, before you jump,
Yeah.
get out and
I've
talk
said
to
it a few
people.
times today. Like, it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Now, before we go any further, I want to know, in terms of the kick. So Halloween, I was going to be performing. I was sick in bed, and then I had to, and I said to Morgan, "Do you find a suitable replacement?" He's like, Karl Pearce. I was like, "Oh, cheer." I was like, "Cheer." What was his?
It's like he's in the room.
What was his character? Yeah, he played Ozzy Osbourne. I was like, so I want to know what is that? Of all the characters in the world, Ozzy Osbourne.
Well, for a start, Halloween.
Yeah.
If you don't know, and I've always been a fan of Aussie stuff anyway.
Yeah.
It's people are different. Like I grew up in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and so, but I grew up in Woodville,
Okay. Yep.
and Woodville and Masterton, Mountain Rock. It wasn't. It was metal.
Yep.
So that was your influence growing
That
up.
was it.
That answers
Yeah.
them.
I mean, AC/DC.
Yeah.
But that was your influence.
Yeah.
I was trying to make the connect between you and Ozzy Osbourne, and there it is. So
Oh
thank you.
yeah. So but I like his later stuff a lot more. So
Okay.
Crazy Train.
Yeah.
Mama, I'm Coming Home. So I
Those are
did
great
those.
songs.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
cool, bro.
And so
You're a fan through and through. It was influenced you growing up, and to this day, fan of Ozzy Osbourne.
yeah. And the thing is he's nuts and he swears.
Yeah.
And I watched videos of him before I went on, and I just, and I already had the outfit.
Yeah.
Because Morgan was looking for, he said, "Oh, you've got to have an outfit, Karl." And I'm
you
like,
better have an
dude, I mean, nobody's seen my house, but like, I'm a cosplayer.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen you a few times.
Tonight,
Your
performing
posts,
live,
yeah.
Karl Pearce is going to be Ozzy Osbourne.
I did the Whitakers guy as well, Carl Urban.
Yeah.
Peanut Slab, good honest chocolate since 1896.
Do you want some caramelized blondie? Not paid, by the way. Not.
Yeah, no.
What flavour you got, Jake?
I wish we could get them to sponsor. Blondie.
Good honest chocolate.
Actually, what I like about this, it's not this bar. This is this here is what you call a prop.
Yeah.
You can
see a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. This is a prop.
Yeah, I was like, oh, bro, where's the chocolate?
Oh no, there's real chocolate in here.
Gotta
It's
be
just
full.
I just didn't want to pay the full $5 for the actual. Like I just paid the full money for at the start, and then I've kept the wrapper.
Yeah. It's like I've always said, I love Whittaker's chocolate, but I love Cadbury prices.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but you really pay, and the fact is that you actually really do pay for the size as well.
Yes.
Yeah. But I did bring this chocolate in, for us to share.
Cheers, thank you. Bro.
Yep. So just for people to see, it's I'm going to keep the wrapper because the wrapper
Is the prop. The wrapper's the real prop.
The wrapper's the real prop.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's inside it just holds the wrapper.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You better give it to me. What's inside? It looks like rubbish. I'll throw it away. It just looks like a stocking full of bullshit. I'll just throw it in the trash. Just,
Yeah.
what's
I
inside,
brought it in for.
Nah,
for
thank
us,
you, bro.
so-
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Cool.
again, not being paid for
But
this.
would like to. But would like to.
But
Yeah,
would like
Nestle
to.
want to.
Yeah.
So Whittaker's.
Please.
How let you
Well, here we go. Like using this as a prop and then covering it with a wooden.
Yeah,
We
they
couldn't
won't be
give
happy.
you Whittaker's, but Kinder Surprise. Would
Yeah.
like to come to the party. I'll be like, bring it on.
That's for eating,
Okay.
obviously.
Let's eat it
There's
then.
some kai or food.
So Karl, introduce me to Braden, man, because I never got to meet him.
Oh yeah.
And
So he was one of those wonderful surprises, and he he came along. I was one of those.
Context, brother.
Oh yeah, I was one of those people who when he came along, you know, total change.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, wow, you know, this wee guy. But right from the start, I suppose it was hard on him because his mum was like, well, I don't love you, Karl, but I'm going to have the kid. And I'm like, okay, so, you know, how can we do so? So I was navigating that relationship around, you know, how we bring up
How
this
you're gonna
wee
parent.
guy, how we're going to, you know, co-parent in a sense, but you know, she was the primary caregiver, you know, and so that was just what it was, and I
Yeah.
was like, yep, no, cool as, you know, one of, and I want to say this to all people, I suppose, going through a difficult time where there's kids, is one of the only things I regret was that when and I won't say the mother's name, but when Braden's mum moved away with him, I
Yeah.
didn't. We made a verbal agreement, and I know a lot of people do that, you know, and with based on trust, based on good intent. And so, you know, that's what we did too. But of course, life happens, people move on, things happen out of control. One of my regrets, and you know, for the blokes and the mums out there who aren't the major caregiver but see them every week, is, or every couple of weeks, whatever the situation or the dealio is there. I saw my boy every weekend.
Yeah.
Was that I didn't get it down in writing and signed off by a GP,
Yeah.
because things do change, you know, and relationships change,
Yeah.
you know, other
Yeah.
partners coming on the scene,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and so
It's life.
it
Life
is.
keeps happening.
Yeah, life happens. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You know, life happens, and you've just got to. I think what's all, you know. So many gems have been said on the show over the 24 hours. You know,
Yeah.
life happens. You know, this too shall pass.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, your phone is dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. Yep. And so, yeah, but he, you know, we've all got those moments where you know, just he's in my mind right now.
Yeah.
You know, you've got photos that we're looking at that they can't
You
see.
can see, yeah.
Yeah.
On the back.
On the back there.
Yeah.
Where he was. That's all right.
Escaped.
I've got to make sure that I don't. Oh no, I can't, because that's his mum.
That's his mum. No, we'll
Yeah,
respect
yeah,
her.
we
How
can't
old
do
We'll
that.
respect
How
her.
old was he?
19.
19.
19.
So you had him from 19 to years?
Yeah. Well, yes and no. As I said, they moved away. So,
Yeah.
well, he was a teenager,
Yeah.
and so, and there's a hospital report which I brought in
Yeah.
to give an idea of people who are watching and
Yeah.
you know, because it is about before you jump, and those of us who are left behind
Yeah.
really are the ones who end up picking up pieces.
Yeah.
Now, not trying to say, you know,
we've
do
done
that whole guilt thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's
But you're
what we
saying
got to
bear in
do.
mind
But
those
that's
who are
that's the fact.
Yeah.
And in a way, and you know, in a way, if I think that if Braden knew what his death, the ramifications of that would be,
all the
I
options, all
don't-
the support he could.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think he would have done it. But then, and here's the thing: I was talking last night. What ifs? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, yeah, the hypotheticals.
Yeah.
They make you crazier than.
They do,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing.
You're expending all this energy on things that did not happen.
Or might have happened and could have happened.
Yeah.
What if?
Yeah.
What if I had done this? What if I had done that?
To make you go crazy.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
and you know, last night I was talking about. I've got the numbers around somewhere, and I'll bring them out I've sort of got them off the top of my head, but you got, just with this wee guy here, you've got two families asking themselves, what if?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got all his friends asking themselves, what if? He was 19, so he went all the way through to UE.
Yep.
At Tararua College. Shouts to Tararua.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
Pāhiatua. And then UCOL. It was in his first year of UCOL.
Wow. Yeah.
So, and he was a personable person.
Yeah.
He'd seen a lot in his life that he shouldn't have. Not as much as some people.
Yep.
But it was enough to.
But still, it's his.
It's his.
What he's seen.
His journey. His.
Yeah.
What was happening for him.
Yeah.
You
What was his first year at UCOL for? Like, what was he doing?
He was doing a computer.
Okay, cool.
Computer programming
Yep.
course. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And so but his love, his passion, was art.
Okay.
He was specifically like painting, or was he?
Well, he drew a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was looking at and painting, and he was looking at starting the piano.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful, man.
So one of the things, of course, that I was looking forward to was taking him through. I'm part of a number of art collectives here in Palmerston North.
Oh yeah.
Papoioia, and just going through the art galleries that I know, with him and.
Yeah.
I'm still trying
sharing
just
that passion.
sharing that passion.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get over the fact that it's 1 year today. It was your son's funeral.
Yeah.
That
Guy
is-
Fawkes, his son.
Strong. That's so for you to even be here, brother. That's strong, man.
Yeah,
It's
but-
strength.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Yeah, man, it is.
Man, because honestly, I'd say if the roles were reversed, I'm like, could I be doing this right now? What you're doing?
Oh, look, ask me in 3 hours, mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like seriously,
Yeah.
because my brain is already planning the next Brett Bender.
Yeah.
So things like this actually ground me.
It also puts things like for myself in perspective as well, and it's I don't know. I just got a lot of it's a lot of strength, bro.
Well,
1 year
kia ora.
today.
Yeah,
Today, my
today,
man, that was like when my dad passed away. 1 year today, I couldn't fathom how you're showing. It's a pillar of strength, man, and you get his story lives on through you, and right now you're doing so, that takes a lot of strength and power to do what you're doing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people listening right now who have gone through their children or siblings passing away, and they're carrying on that story. They're looking at you like, wow, 1 year today.
1 year today.
Strong.
Yeah.
Props for that, bro.
His funeral. Oh, I mean, Gumboot Friday was when his funeral was, because because his funeral was on a Friday.
Yeah.
And so I went and visited. There was a guy riding his bicycle up.
Yeah,
along
David Leach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking about him here today.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
And so I went and had a talk to his team and had a chat with him straight
That's
after
beautiful.
that. So I went from the funeral out to see him while my family went back to my house and had some drinks and had a meltdown.
Yeah.
as families do.
Yeah. Well,
As
that's what
families
family's
do.
for.
Yeah. We lean on each other, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, so I knew that he had a lot to work through. It was just giving him the space and the time, and just letting him know that we're there for him, but also giving him the space and the time. And of course, you always think you have forever.
100%.
Like suicide just doesn't come into, unless they're crying for help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which the signs were there. He was. We knew. He wouldn't have been in Ward 21 if he if that didn't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
So, I can't say how he died in there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. We get it. We get it.
You can't
Say
how
no
he died.
more.
well, I can obviously, but
we'll
but
respect
the
it,
whole
yeah.
idea is, well, I can't say how he managed to.
Oh no, don't. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
No.
because you know, like he hung himself in there, and all the deaths that have happened on the ward have
Yeah.
been hangings.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and a specific type of hanging.
Tell
But
us.
here's the thing. I can tell you guys off air, but I can't tell you on air because it might give ideas.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
I to be honest, Carl, I don't know if I want to know, but not in a disrespectful way, but because I was saying this earlier, when it comes to young people like this, when I hear about
Yeah,
not just this situation, but crimes against young people,
Yep.
it
Hits
physically upsets me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's why I wanted to have this corridor with you, because this is like, it's powerful to me. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and you've seen my kids, you know, like my
Yeah,
daughter's
yeah,
14 today, and, and all that sort of thing. And this
there's
is
a
why this is
particular,
powerful for
what,
us.
documentary what you cannot watch, right, bro? Like in terms of
Yeah,
kids.
you're talking
and
There's a
about it.
particular one. I'll tell you what it is. It upsets
You
you,
don't have
but,
to,
it's a murder. It was a murder that happened in America, and the husband he killed his whole family. And the reason it upsets me is because what he did is he put the bodies in oil drums,
Oh,
and that really hit me inside. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm like,
Yeah.
these poor children.
yeah.
I know how
Yeah,
you
they-
feel in terms of children being harmed or hurt in documentaries and whatnot. That's why I was thinking how you're going to be with the bro here. 'cause,
No, because it comes from aroha. Like,
Yeah,
the
because you're
strength comes
facing
from
something
aroha,
that
so-
really affects you. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%, bro. That's why I say, like, you can call this off here, and I'll be like, I can't have that korero, because it's like it'll.
And you've got to be
Yeah.
able to, like, that's part of it all. You have
Yeah.
to you have to learn what your boundaries are.
Oh.
You know, like
Oh,
what,
100%.
what your
I know Dylan. That's what.
what
Yeah.
your safe words are. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I know what's wow.
Yeah.
Pineapples.
there you go, man.
Yeah.
Well, I know Dylan's pretty relatively well, and I know this chat right now is
a
on
hard
the
one.
boundary, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, it
That's
is.
why I
But
was just see how you would. That's all.
but I just think this is a story that.
Yeah.
Like, we've chatted a bit about it, you know, and
Yeah.
And out of respect to you, he hasn't divulged anything, but he
No.
keeps saying
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
a chip. He's like, bro, honestly,
we
for
need-
about a month now, or at least.
Well, the hard thing is you know, the hospital report itself has been ongoing. The police report that was sent to the coroner, that happened relatively quickly,
Yeah.
so within a few months of Braden's coroner, when he, you know,
Yeah.
and even reading that, you know, it's.
Oh,
Mate.
Reading that.
I'm not even going to go there for you,
No,
mate.
no.
I'm not even going to go there.
well, reading that for
because,
you, bro. Like reading that for you. Oh man.
dude,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
as
I
a
wanna
parent, you
say,
have to
but I'm
read it.
just, like,
as a parent, you have to read it. But my God, what a read for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Challenge.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, everything, you know, normal, you know. People were looking for reason. Oh, was he on drugs? No, talk screen clear.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I knew what he was like with drugs. He was a lot better than I was at his age. Shit.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, mate. Teenagers these days, you know, aren't the way you've grown up in Woodville. I was.
In what way?
Oh, just the drugs. You know. I mean,
Excess.
God, yeah. Well,
Access and attitude.
the drugs are different. It's the attitude. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
yeah. It's the attitude.
Yeah.
Glorifying
Yeah. Like you know, we grew up with.
Deer. Remember the deer program in the school?
Yeah.
I was real keen for that T-shirt. You know? I learned a lot, but I wanted that.
Was that the dad's ones, or there's mum's mere, or
Yeah,
was it-
there's a few different.
There's a
Yeah, to keep kids off
there's-
drugs.
Yeah. And
So, okay.
so you know, even reading that, and that's the thing about Braden killing himself inside the ward. I mean, in the ward,
That's
under
hard.
their watch.
under their
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
is just it doesn't stop you. You know, there's I mean, I can't talking to other people and they say my boy died, you know, by accident, and I'm like, you know, even that hits,
Yeah.
you know, because as a parent, you know, it doesn't matter how they die. It's
No.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
That's not the point.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it's the fact.
You don't have a negative stigma towards people hanging like their suicide at all. Like it's not the how, it's the fact that they're just should be gone.
Well, I used to, eh?
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
In what way, bro?
Oh, negative. You know, it's an easy way out.
Selfish.
You know, it's selfish.
Yeah, they quit.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's all that
Did that
anger.
resonate? And how long did it take for that to go
You
away?
know, because of my love for him, actually, it didn't happen. Like all that sort of corridor was because it was over there.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was someone else.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It didn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't in their shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
So that's no longer with it. So when you hear someone say, "I nearly hung myself" and whatnot, you don't have that negative.
Yeah.
attachment
No, I
to it?
don't. I don't know. No. I mean, you know, it changes you.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm afraid to say, you're sitting next to one that nearly went there, you know. So
Yeah.
I was like, I hope that doesn't offend you, you know.
Yeah.
No.
'Cause-
No, not at all,
Yeah.
bro.
And I think that's why, like, you know, and you mentioned this in the chat, you know, about our logo is we're not advocates here. We're advocates for change.
Yeah.
And
Positive change.
positive change,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's why it's called before.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
not
yeah.
while. It's
It was
before.
the image.
I get it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
totally respect it.
And it was just that ping.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, and for me,
Yeah.
because I can only talk for me.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, I won't wear that T-shirt. I'm sorry, bro.
No,
Yeah.
don't be
But
sorry, bro.
because
It gives us
of the image.
Yeah, no, I get it, bro.
Yeah.
And
it's not the
we
message.
need
Yeah.
to know.
It's the actual image.
It's the actual image.
Yeah, and
You
we've
know,
we've actually talked
and-
about
changing.
changing it a little bit
Because
recently.
when it was a year ago, when he's like, "What logo do you like?" For me, I said out loud, "That Lego man, that's me." So to me, that's why I represented. That's why.
And that's my son. Yeah.
But that's
But-
before you jump. You know the.
But I think the thing is,
But-
Yeah, my boy
Carl.
jumped.
But the thing is, though, but yeah,
but the thing is, Carl, though, like the thing about that logo, which I've been really thinking about in the last like 24 hours since we had a bit of time,
Me too, yeah.
is like that was Cal's. That was
At that
once upon
time.
a time me.
Yeah.
But that was Cal's at the time.
Yeah, 1 foot
But
off the
that's
stool,
not
I got
Cal's
one-
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Bro.
So that's why I think maybe we need to look at it
Because it
and
was
go.
like, I've got 1 foot off the stool, please help me. And 7 that 1 foot off, and I was like, that's me, but that's the evolution, and because that's not me anymore, and I feel it's not me anymore.
yeah.
You know, it's
Absolutely.
it's strong, and the fact that it's our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah,
I've been thinking about it, just
yeah,
like
pretty
Dylan. I've
much.
been thinking about it heavily, like,
Yeah.
because I'm like, because that was the extreme feel I had when I saw this image. I'm like, that's me.
Yeah.
It really got to me. It cut me deep.
Yeah.
Now I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have that feeling when I look at it now.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm like, that's not me anymore.
Yeah, and actually, to be honest, too, to bring you into, you know, I can look at that.
Right.
You know, I
Yeah.
can look at that. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
I
can
get
look
what
at it now,
you're-
but
I
at the,
can
sta-
look
at
at
the
it,
year
but-
ago,
but-
I couldn't look at it. Once I was like, we agreed upon it. I couldn't really look at it.
No, it took a while, eh?
I couldn't because I was like,
Yeah.
that's me. But now I'm like, that's not me anymore. And
Yeah,
it makes me.
yeah,
I say it with a smile.
Yeah.
You know, that's the evolution.
And I suppose I mean, that's what art does, though, isn't it?
That's
I
it.
mean, that's what
Yeah.
art does. That's what comedy does, mate.
Oh.
Is
Couldn't
the
see that
you
kid
know,
myself,
comedy
yeah.
in the art sense, it's subjective, but it also is about creating conversation.
But it's
Yeah.
It's
also
like good comedy.
But it's
Yeah.
also knowing
Yeah.
and seeing
Or
it from
smart
other
comedy.
people's,
Smart comedy,
other people's
yes.
points of view. Is not being stubbornly like, no, this is what this is meant to represent. That what you're
Yeah,
saying, I see what you're saying, but this is what it means. And no, it's subjective. So hearing your side of it, it's like hearing everyone's perspective. And but the thing is, with what Dylan was saying, I've been really thinking about it the last 24 hours too. And I sort of clicked earlier. I'm like, wait on. It was very triggering for me because I was like, "That's me." Once we agreed on the image a year ago,
Yep.
I couldn't really look at it. Like I could sort of, I know
It's
what
too
it is.
hard.
Yeah, but I can absolutely go, "Hey, remember a year ago when we agreed on that because that was what we represented at the time. I look at it like easily, like that's not me anymore. Like proudly, it happened. You know?
Yeah.
So maybe
So that's going to take a little bit of searching and
perhaps it is time to maybe evolve the logo.
And that's what happens to us all, you know. And that's what's so sad is that you know with Braden is that he just that's it. There's no evolution, and you know, and people, for me,
Right.
you know, I get people who try their best.
Right.
For me, and I know that Braden's mum feels differently. She believes he's in heaven, and you know, and I understand that, you know, that want and that. I'm an atheist, well, agnostic, and so.
So
you know,
for those who don't know what agnostic means,
I'm one of those fence sitters, mate. I don't go. There is no God because how can I know that there is no?
It's okay to be like I actually don't really know.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Okay, cool.
You know, I'm still open to, you know, like
discovery.
Yeah, and being Māori, of course, Māoritanga.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, we live on, we are basically on a living spaceship. You know, traveling through space.
Yeah. But going back to what you were saying before, when you were like, respectively, I would never wear this, It was the honesty is, and for the reasons why, you know. But it's cool for.
Well, I never say never.
Okay. It's like, but saying that, do you have a 3XL? Does you have a 3XL?
But Carl, what I respect
5XL, bro.
but what I respect about you, Carl, is you see that image and you don't go take that down.
Yeah.
You go, let's talk.
You're allowed. That's the time to be like, what does it mean for you guys?
I got a ping, is what happened, and so you know, but at the same time, like I'm looking at that now, and I'm not getting that.
Yeah.
Is it because of what we've been saying the last 2
years?
What it represents?
And talking with you guys as well.
Wow, thank you.
Know, and so and understanding the message behind it, which I get. You know,
empathy and understanding is that's powerful. Like instead of being stubbornly like, no, that's triggering for me. Therefore, I do not like it. I don't need to know because I don't like it. You're like, it pings me, but allowing us to explain what it meant. It's like, okay, it's. I understand that, and it sort of releases a bit of that negativity, right?
Yeah. You know, and I'm not saying change it. Absolutely not saying change it at all. You know, I'm just saying that this is how it
resonates.
But now I know
for
what
me.
Because up until now, it was just for you an image on your phone, right? Like, wow, that's pretty strong, pretty heavy. I feel a ping. But now you know the story behind it. So
Yeah. I get the message, but, and I got it pretty quickly. But a lot of people hurt.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, it's you know, I was saying hurt people.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know, and when people have that, they're still that hurt is still. It's a good one. Yeah. And it's not mine. I took it.
And he does. Look at that. He's not even going to
so
claim
humble.
it. Well done. So he's going to reference it and not claim it. But I don't know. When I heard Dylan say that, I've been thinking about it the last 24 hours. I was like, bro, I've actually thinking a lot while we've been sitting here. And I was like, I could just sit and look at it now. I never could.
Yeah.
Perhaps it is time for a change.
And so I am looking at it. Well, I mean, you don't have to change for the sake of because it's your guys' podcast.
Yeah.
You know, so
I don't know.
But in a sense, I suppose, you know, the fact that I can look and talk about this and look at it and not feel that ping.
Yeah.
You know, that's that discussion.
Yeah.
That's that connection. That's that.
But what's funny about that image is like, so that image came early in our podcast journey, right?
Yep.
I think we hadn't even put out the first episode.
No.
Maybe we'd done one. Maybe. So, like for me, like I said, I do a little bit of photography, and that's my hobby. That's a hobby, and I love it. I love doing it, and like that image was like I made a series of images. That was the last one I did, and that was the hardest one to take. Do you know what I mean? Like that was a real hard. Like technically, it was a wee bit hard, but like emotionally, it was very, very hard because I was helping my friend through a really hard time. And it brought back a lot of stuff for me when I was going through that time. Do you know what I mean? Like, it brought back a lot of hard memories for me to do that. So but it's an image that I think, as time goes by, you prepare to let go.
Yeah.
At that part of your life, you prepare to go, okay, I'm done with this. So I think that's an image that will live in my life forever because of the memory of taking it and what it represented for me at that time.
Yep.
And but nothing's forever. You gotta grow with your art.
Yep. That's
So
true.
So yeah,
It's a story in time.
it is. Yeah,
It's
it
a
is exactly what it
snapshot.
is. Yeah. And I appreciate the fact that you're happy to talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, that you didn't come here and go, nah, take that down. You said, nah, let's have a talk. Let's discuss this and share our point of views and come to a mutual place with respect. About how we both feel about it. So that's cool, man. Like that's why I like you. That's why I like you.
Well, here's the thing, guys. I mean, you guys are here doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys, this is a platform that you guys have.
Yeah.
Here you go, bro. This is a platform.
Sorry there, bro. Sorry.
You're dusting.
Yeah.
You don't want to dust on the moon, man. That stuff cuts.
Oh no, it's because
really
I'm crying.
does.
Actually, sorry, bro.
That's all right, mate. Oh, it's beautiful, mate. Beautiful, beautiful.
I don't know what triggered me there, but I don't know. I guess I was just hearing Dylan talk about there's just that time, man.
It was a hard time for us, eh? It was a hard time for you and for me to start owning my life. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm sitting next to someone who lost their child to suicide, and I'm waiting for my mum and my daughter to get here. I'm like, wow,
yeah,
it just triggered me, man. So
yeah. Let's go back to Braden. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to continue your story. Oh, actually, sorry, bro. I feel real bad for this.
Yeah. There's
We
a
need
few
to
messages.
organise. There's a few messages. Let's just share those. So, Richie has said Mountain Rock, damn Carl, goes way back. He's always loved Carl's steampunk get-ups. I have too.
Yeah.
Like, when we first met and, we joined on Facebook, connected, you do the whole, like, oh, let's see what this guy's about.
Oh yeah.
And so that's why when you mentioned you do quite a bit of cosplay, I was like, yeah, I know all about that. You cosplay and your cool stuff.
And I'm a closet fairy. Well, I'm not really a closet fairy. Really, I brought one of my fairy hats along, to wear as well during our time.
During your time, yeah.
So
how did you end up on a TV commercial earlier this year?
I've got so one of the things there's a group of us who believe in angel numbers.
Okay.
You know exactly, bro. And exactly. Well, there you go. Yeah, 1111 is one of the big angel numbers. Yeah. That's all right, bro. Yeah, that's all right, bro.
I need to send you a link from Amelia Kerr. Yeah.
I'll grab my phone.
Oh, which is empty.
Oh, it's been on
Oh,
charge.
you've been on charge. Good boy.
Yeah, 40%.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Hey guys, how's it going? Woohoo.
Oh, you got quite a bit of chat going on too. So that's awesome.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Yep. So anyway, and so I knew that 2020 was going to be a change year for the world.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah. 2020.
2020. Angel numbers, bro.
No, I've never heard
And
this. Angel numbers.
And so what I did was in 2019, I was sitting on 5 boards of directors. 5 boards plus my radio show and 2 funding agencies.
Okay, yeah.
And so just over that year, I started just clicking off them.
One at a time, sort of.
One at a time.
Yeah.
Just slowly over time, just over that year.
Yeah.
Because I just, it's, and I got myself a talent agent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've ended up on mostly North America.
Yeah.
Like Bud Light.
Yeah.
but so I was on the Panthers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the background.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's the background talent stuff. Actually, that's how I got into. So I was doing a gig up in Auckland on the Panthers.
Yeah.
And in one of the downtimes there, I used to go along to a Irish pub up in
Okay,
Auckland.
yeah.
Father Ted's.
Oh, okay. I know the one. Yeah.
Yeah. And I love Father Ted. I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And so, and they just had a stand up, and I was there having a drink, and they said, just like, oh, well, if there's a free beer in it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, and I looked around the room, there was hardly anyone there.
Yeah.
It was mostly almost the same deal where there was like a small group of us in the bar there, and then the comedians. And one of the things that I've always loved doing is just bouncing off people.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I'm best at.
Yeah.
Is just bouncing and getting that energy.
Yeah.
And as they were talking, because a few of them were actors.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So they were doing acting but these guys were but they weren't background actors. They were like foreground actors. Like they were like theatre, and they were like they were talking movies and like roles.
Had a bit of clout.
Yeah. They weren't like my name is I've played roles like nosy next door neighbour.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah,
Unnamed extra. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
These guys had real names.
Yeah.
they had words that they could say.
Yeah.
So they were like, so some of their gigs was about that, and I'm like, well, I'm here in Auckland doing background extra stuff, so I'll talk about what it's like to be a background extra and how like you guys don't notice us because we're
no, that's the point of an extra, not to notice. That's a good extra. You never see them.
Yeah. And every time they stuff up, we end up. So what we get as background extras is basically 2 X's in your mind.
Yeah.
Background extras even get their own manager, on set.
Yeah.
Yeah, director.
Yeah,
so there's several directors, and so you got the big director.
Yeah.
And then you've got the director who manages the main actors.
Yeah.
And then you get the background director who manages the background extras. And we get lunch, but we get it after the main people.
Yeah.
They get to stay inside the building. We get a tent.
Yeah. A bit of shade.
Yeah. Some shade, maybe. But one of the things is we also essentially our lines unless the one of the big director pulls you out of the crowd and goes, we want you to do something.
Yeah.
Then your price for being there just goes up exponentially, seriously up.
Yeah.
And
you're on a different union scale.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
And so and as soon as you get a line,
yeah. Then there's like
poof. So
you might be out of the tent, into another sort of
you're in a different part of the tent. You're still a background.
Yeah.
because that's your
tent.
That's your talent agency. You see, because
yeah. That's pretty cool.
So I just talked about how us background extras just go from point X to point Y.
Yeah.
And that's just our job in the scene, is to go from point X to point Y, or to sit in the background, like I did one on the Inter-Island Ferry, and just sitting in the background.
That would have been a cool gig, because you get to go on the Inter-Island Ferry, which is a beautiful trip.
Yeah. No, it didn't go anywhere.
Oh, stink. They could have at least gone out in the bay in Wellington or something. It's
like my Miraka Karimi. Yeah. It's not merely Miraka Karimi. Yeah, but for that one, you were on the boat, and but in the background. So you're sitting there with, a cold plate of food, basically.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Sitting there.
busy
Yeah.
pretending to talk.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
heard a thing once about background actors will often sit there and say vacuuming cantaloupe.
Right.
Because if you say those words in any order, vacuum, cantaloupe, it looks like dialogue. Vacuum, cantaloupe, vacuum. There's something, I can't remember.
I never have, but...
Yeah. Hey, acting tips from guys never acted.
Although if you do get, to have talking with somebody else, then hopefully you strike up a chat and you can just
bit of
have
a combo.
Yeah. But it really is all, and action and cut and action and cut. And,
Yeah. Oh, that's
So-
cool. That must be cool, man. Like that must be awesome.
Oh, and then COVID hit, of course.
Oh, they went down the Google.
Yeah.
But
it was a different angel number because I knew it was change. I just didn't
Yeah.
know what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It must also be. Sorry, just going back to being the extra. It must also just be cool to sit there and watch
Yeah.
a little bit behind the scenes and watch the stuff happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I've always wanted to be person in waiting room 3 from Shortland.
Right.
Just to sit there and be like, wow.
Yeah.
There's a wall missing and I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Because like we've often been sitting there and the girls have gone, I can't believe that's not a real hospital.
No,
it's like, no, it ends just above their head and all that sort of thing.
I mean, there is a building that they use.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but they
not a
use it. Yeah, but they use it when and they pay the people to use that
use the
building.
building,
Even better if it's an old hospital. That is no longer being used.
Yeah.
But I've never been on the Shortland Street set, so
Yeah. That would be cool though. I love this one. I couldn't stop being
and
like,
there's all these rules as well.
yeah, I couldn't help myself and I'd be like, don't kiss her. Oh, sorry, everyone.
No, you'll be off.
Don't do it, Esther.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, everyone. It was worth it.
Yeah. Quiet on the set.
Yeah.
And action.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, do you want to stick around while we talk to Amelia Kirsch? She's going to come on shortly.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.